Did the suspected FSU shooter use AI to help plan his attack at the student union? That's the new claim from a lawyer representing the widow of one of the victims. Our Capital City correspondent Matt Hoffman joining us live from FSU's campus tonight. And Matt, you've reviewed these allegations. What can you share?
Sure did. According to the attorneys for victim Robert Morales, the alleged shooter was in constant communication with ChatGPT leading up to that shooting. 270 messages or so, in fact, the law firm says, including messages where the chatbot suggested he should do it. Tallahassee-based attorneys Ryan Hobbs and Dean LaBeouf revealed Monday that they plan to sue OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, on behalf of one of the victims, Robert Morales. They said, quote, "We also have reason to believe that ChatGPT may have advised the shooter how to commit these heinous crimes." Now, AI popping up is no surprise to policing expert John Creamer.
So AI, ChatGPT, and all these other types of computer-based technologies have been around for decades.
Yeah.
They're just really permeating the public sector, especially in first responders. Oh my God, I hate to say this, but law enforcement needs to worry about everything related to AI and ChatGPT.
Creamer hosts the Florida Deputy Sheriff's Association's A Tactical Pause podcast. They've been exploring how AI both hurts and helps.
However, somebody programmed them, and if they're machine learning, they're growing, they're not accurate. So they might give me erroneous information and push me down a road to do something that's unprecedented.
Court documents reveal some 270 messages between the alleged shooter, Phoenix Eichner, and ChatGPT. But the content of those messages is unknown. WCTV has requested a copy of the evidence, but has not received those documents yet. Now, separately, the law firm revealed they have two claims against the Leon County Sheriff's Office. One for negligently allowing the shooter to remain on a youth advisory council, and another because the shooter's stepmother is actually a deputy herself. So far, LCSO has said the shooter exhibited no extremist behaviors while in that advisory council, and that it's cooperating in the investigation. Now, of course, we've reached out to OpenAI for any comment they would like to give. So far, they haven't given one. April 17th will mark 1 year since that shooting, so this announced civil lawsuit no doubt bringing folks back to that fateful day. For now in Tallahassee, I'm Matt Hoffman, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Yeah, that date rapidly approaching, Matt. Thank you.